Chosen one, stop for a moment. Don't scroll. Don't skip this. And don't tell yourself you'll come back later. Because what is reaching you right now was not meant to reach you casually. You didn't land here randomly. You were guided here intentionally. And the fact that you paused, even for a second, carries weight. Something inside you recognized this moment before your mind could explain it. You feel it, don't you? That quiet pull in your chest, that sudden stillness in your thoughts, that unexplainable feeling that this exact second matters more than the ones before it. Chosen one? Listen carefully, because what you are experiencing right now is not confusion. It is activation. For a long time, you've been feeling different, not better than others, not separate from others, but different in a way you couldn't explain. You started noticing things others ignored, feeling energy others dismissed, sensing shifts before they even happened. At first, you questioned yourself. You thought you were overthinking. You thought you were imagining things. But deep down, you knew something inside you was waking up. Chosen one, awareness always begins quietly. It doesn't arrive with noise. It arrives with discomfort. You began outgrowing conversations that once entertained you, outgrowing environments that once felt normal, outgrowing habits that once felt harmless. And suddenly, everything that used to fit started feeling tight, like you were spiritually expanding inside spaces that could no longer hold you. This is the first sign of awakening. Not excitement, not clarity, but misalignment. You start feeling disconnected before you feel redirected, and that disconnection can feel lonely because when your awareness rises, your compatibility shifts. You start needing depth where others offer surface. You start seeking meaning where others chase distraction. You start valuing peace over approval, and people notice the change before you explain it. Some pull closer, some drift away, some misunderstand you completely. Chosen one, this is not loss, this is filtration. Because elevation requires separation, not to isolate you, but to align you. You cannot step into expanded purpose while carrying environments that shrink your spirit. So life begins adjusting around you. Plans delay, doors close, opportunities stall. Not because you're being blocked, but because you're being redirected, and redirection rarely feels comfortable. It feels like confusion at first, like pressure, like standing still while everything else moves forward. But what you don't see is the precision behind the pause. Chosen one, timing is being recalibrated around you, because where you're being led requires alignment, not speed. You've been trained through experiences you didn't understand at the time. The betrayals taught discernment. The delays built patience. The disappointments strengthened emotional endurance. The loneliness deepened self-connection. Nothing you endured was accidental. You thought you were surviving random seasons. But you were being prepared for conscious movement, because purpose cannot be handed to an unprepared identity. It must be grown into. And growth always feels like pressure before it feels like power. Chosen one, something else has been happening recently. Your intuition has been getting louder. You sense things before proof appears. You feel warnings. Without visible reason, you feel drawn towards certain paths and repelled from others. This is inner guidance activating, and once it activates, ignoring it becomes exhausting, because awareness cannot be turned off. Once it's turned on, you start seeing consequences before actions. seeing endings before beginnings, seeing truth where illusion once comforted you, and this clarity changes everything. You begin protecting your energy differently, speaking less, observing more, detaching faster from what drains you, not out of coldness, but out of consciousness. Chosen one, you are entering energetic maturity, where peace becomes more valuable than validation, where alignment becomes more important than belonging, where purpose becomes more urgent than comfort. And with this shift, acceleration begins. Life starts moving faster. Realizations arrive suddenly. Connections appear unexpectedly. Endings happen without warning. At first, it feels chaotic, like everything is happening at once. But beneath the surface, orchestration is happening. You are being repositioned rapidly, because readiness has arrived. Training season is ending, and activation season is beginning. This is where many chosen ones hesitate, because movement requires courage. You are being asked to trust instincts. You cannot logically explain, to follow direction without full visibility, to release attachments that once defined you, and that can feel terrifying because the mind fears uncertainty, but the spirit recognizes alignment. Chosen one, you are not moving blindly, you are moving intuitively, and intuition is intelligence. Beyond logic, it is guidance. Beyond evidence, it is direction. Beyond explanation, and the more you follow it, the clearer your path becomes. Because clarity does not come before movement, it comes through it. You may not see the full staircase yet, but you only need the next step illuminated. Every aligned action reveals the next aligned opportunity. Every courageous release creates space for purposeful arrival. And soon, you begin noticing something powerful. Life starts cooperating with you, not resisting you. Doors open naturally, conversations align effortlessly, timing feels synchronized. This is what happens when inner alignment meets external reality. But hear this clearly. Alignment is not ease. It is responsibility, because awareness increases expectation. You are now conscious of your energy, conscious of your decisions, conscious of your influence. And with that awareness comes assignment. You are no longer meant to move unconsciously. You are meant to move intentionally, to speak intentionally, to choose intentionally, because your presence now carries impact. Even in silence, even in observation, even in stillness. Chosen one, you are becoming a signal. Your life is becoming a message, not through perfection, but through authenticity. Others will feel your peace. Before you explain it, feel your clarity. Before you teach it, feel your strength. Before you display it, because alignment radiates without effort. And this is why your preparation was necessary, because influence without grounding becomes ego, but influence after endurance becomes guidance. You are not awakening to impress people. You are awakening to guide energy, to shift atmospheres, to stabilize chaos through your presence. And that responsibility requires inner order, which is exactly what your recent season has been building. You've been reorganizing internally, releasing resentment, releasing fear, releasing outdated identity, not perfectly, but progressively. And now, the results are surfacing. You feel stronger emotionally, clearer mentally, more anchored spiritually. Not because life got easier, but because you became steadier. Chosen one,